Hey guys, welcome to Orwell. I see you. Let's create a profile. Congratulations, you have been selected for Orwell test phase. Please create a profile. Select your profile picture. I kind of like the girl with the hat. Name. Gingerbread. Days. We'll just do gingerbread then, because days can't be capitalized. Please enter your email address. You are one of 1,000, lots of numbers. Accepted, I can't, it's 100,015 and 1. Accepted applicants. You may now enter your email address. December 2nd, 03. I'll just do gingerbread days at gmail.com. Enter your mail address will allow information to inform you about updates on your case. The address entered will be handled with care and not be used for any other purposes. Except to watch me as I watch them. Be diligent. Your work has severe impact. Please agree to the following steps. I'm aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. To the best of my belief. In the best of my belief. In the best of my belief? I would say to the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the law and jurisdiction of the nation. This is actually really good, in the best of my belief, because it's your belief. So it's not impossible to do. Setting a profile, thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Logging in, please wait. Freedom Plaza, April 12th, 2017. 7:48 a.m. AM or PM, I don't know. Searching. No record, no record. I bet government stuff has this already. Somebody's government does. Oh, that blue-haired lady sticks out like a sore thumb. No record. Record! Found. Of course, this lady who sticks out. PTA. She claps a little too slowly there. The clocks were striking 13. You're online. Good. Symes. Continue. Call me Symes. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. Cool. Happy America birthday, by the way, guys. It's the 4th when I'm recording this. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out Orwell's system under real circumstances. Select from thousands of applicants across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from the footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, that's another good game, That's kind of like oppressive with the government. I wonder if they did the same thing. They might have. We'll bring you up to speed. It's a cute art form too. Different than this, but feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profile. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3 people. Boston explodes, destroying Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities receive strange letter. Bonton, at approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosion device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to the official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 passersby were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial has nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Die Gedanken sind frei, the thoughts are free, had reached local authorities. Mr. Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. I'm not going to read all of these, just letting you know. Negotiations in Triffield failed. Kyrgyzstan president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triffield. Blaine encourages renewal. Movie shooting complete. 100 Gray Shadows. Valentine's Day 2018. Silberry shooting of Gray Shadows saga lasts 4 years. Finalized. 30th part of the saga to hit movie theaters next Valentine's Day. Oh my god. So I watched the first one with friends. It's not my kind of thing. This 50 Shades of Grey is not my kind of thing. But the first one was slightly better than Twilight by a smidgen. But the second one was absolute shit from what I heard. Like, horrible. And I didn't go see that one. Even my friend who liked the first one said it was bad. And, adult content here. Skip forward 30 seconds. Okay? So, BDSM isn't like what it's like in the movie. That is a, what is it called? That isn't a relationship at all. It's Stockholm Syndrome. Anyways, moving on to friendlier topics, and probably gonna get blown up by frickin' fans. Violent riots are all too common in the shattered city of Photo Paperless. Trifilth. I'm gonna call it Trifilth because that's what it is. Peace negotiations in the right-written capital city of Trifilth have been awarded without the result. Last night, independent sources report the President Kassat abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives as the letter presented a triangle plan for the organization of re-elections. Oh, he doesn't want to be re-elected, so that's why he shut it down. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown persons file once you're done. Unknown person. The profile holds all known information on those we've investigated. The file you have opened is for a main suspect. Blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. How do I look at the arrest record? I don't know. Date of birth, address, occupation, relationship. Background would be 1. Personality, activities, aliases, accounts, contacts. I can't. Maybe it's this. There it is. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to extract. Sorry, it's like almost midnight on the 4th. We call these elements data chunks. Continue. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections for information it may influence. Drag and drop all the data chunks from the police database into the profile and upload them to our servers. Next. Date of birth, July 10th, 2016. Oh, that's arrest date. Assault on the police officer, arrest officer Duncan Lloyd, Central PD. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. The protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly removed, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. Doesn't seem like a terrorist. How is that proof that she did anything? Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. Add the reasons for Miss Watergate's prior arrest, and that has just been unlocked. We will need this info for progress. Good. With the data you extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find the data revealed where she attacked the police officer and you will see what I mean. The newspaper of the nation. Fast, precise, honest. Is this woman a terrorist? Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago. Remains in custody. Trial, this is July 25th. What's today's date? April 3rd. Oh, it's a year later, almost. Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago. Remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. Cassandra W. Simple protester or anti-government terrorist. Photo bond. Central Police Department. You know, this is very invasive, and if it was this invasive, I would protest too. Fuck the government. They don't need to know everything that, like, in our lives. The case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Cassandra W. Picture above, who had allegedly injured a police officer nearly 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. The woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of the demonstration against the newest amendments to the government's model project, the Safety Bill. Protesters at the Freedom Plaza turned violent 2 weeks ago. Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused. Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine D. Bellacroix, Secretary of Security, labeled the alleged predator alongside the other riders in an anti-government terrorist It's not terrorism to protest, as long as you do it peacefully. You shouldn't be rioting in the streets, though. And even rioting isn't terrorism. Oh yes, who does the street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance? It's good to think ahead, but let's focus on the current objective first. I've held back a new document for you. I'll grant you access once you're done. Okay, they just want the dirty deeds. But in the police report, it said unknown object. So why does this one say brick and the police report doesn't? The exact location as the assault, then she turns up right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. So it was at the same place nearly a year later. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with here. Great, you found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have to extract all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, going into this case blind. Excuse me. The Orwell ethical codex dictates that investigators like yourself are the only ones allowed to access the documents of the target persons. Then how are you accessing them? Simmons? He's a dirty cop. Dirty something. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on the data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. Otherwise, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Cassandra's port. A portfolio. Harboring outstanding art. Haha. Cassandra Watergate, welcome to the port of. Hi, I'm Cassie, a colorful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job and focus on my art career and put my stuff on portfolio. Below you will find a hand-picked selection of my latest works like this. Who created this? This is like no imagination at all. Portfolio, really? Portfolio. Still, kind of shit. Selections of my latest works. You can browse through them by clicking on the arrows on the left and right side of the pictures below. See something you like? Why, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Leave a message, my UTEL account, but Cassie I-92, and tell me which piece you like. I'm gonna make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing, free of charge. Now off you go and have some fun. Good, you found a chat handle. That will allow us to overhear any conversation on that account. The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they are started. Oh, kitty, she can't be that bad. My beloved furball, Kikyo. She named it something really weird. She's bad. Kikiko. Definitely the only family I need. Yep, that beat is me. Never sure about the title though. The businessman's forgotten daughter, or victim of traditionalism in pink. What do you think? A Christmas foretelling. This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I'd have a hard time keeping it to myself. I guess that didn't matter. Interesting. We should find out what that job was. Hey, you. Hey, Joshy. I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. ... Middle of buying all of bottom with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. That's not important. You can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Joff Langley, my fearless attorney, and all-around badass have in mind this time. Probably just a business call from one of his favorite clients. Actually, yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. Very serious business, Cassandra. I thought as much. Guess I better pick up shitloads of wine. You'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle all that business. One bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight. You now have a profile for a related person. It can be accessed via the profiler. Data will only appear for target persons and can only be extracted from relative profiles. Oh, come on, I was teasing. Speaking of your parents... Oh, whatever, I guess I should pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma, aka my parents. Then, oh, come on, I was only teasing. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about them? Ugh, yeah, maybe. Gotta go now. Text you later, XOXO. Watergate... Pharma entrepreneurs, that does ring a bell. Procedure closing risks multiple suspicions. Investigations into them. Orwell informs me you just encountered conflicting data chunks. Whatever the content of two data chunks are at odds with one another, those are to be shown as conflict. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the other one will become invalid immediately. I highly recommend you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though this is your decision once the information has been phrased. There is no way to reverse your choice. Gotcha. Investigating the mischievous injury of a police officer has been dropped due to lack of evidence. Speculation that the accused parents manipulated the trial. Triumph. The suspect's lawyer, criminal attorney Joseph Langley. The case that has been at the center of the media attention for the last month has finally come to an end. Cassandra W. was acquitted to the alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place. With the case being closed due to the lack of evidence, what is this counteracting? One unknown data chunk, got it. However, the case might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, picture above, welcomed this outcome. At no point has there ever been any valid evidence that my client was guilty. At no point at all. Yeah, she was just crying. That's all. The reverse defense attorney commented during a post-trial press gathering. The defense successfully brought the video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceeding. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the results of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced their outcome in her favor. Oh, these two conflict with each other. Got it. The victim, a father of 2 young sons, was rushed into the hospital after an incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma and unresponsive to treatment. That's kind of shitty. I'll go back to that later. Watergate Pharmaceuticals enriches lives with our industrial-leading range of products, making an important contribution to your well-being. So that's for moods. Below, you will find a small selection of our most popular products. Cough drops that fight against irritation of the throat based on natural herbs. Activating pills against migraines and strong headaches. Focusin, medication that increases concentration and cerebral performance. That sounds like ecstasy. A little bit. I've never taken it myself though. Why I said that is because ecstasy used to be actually on the market as a legal drug until they figured out how addicting it was and how bad it was. They thought it was a get smart quick drug, basically. Anyways, medication for the alleviation of arthritic joint pain. Methurin, antidepressant to help stabilize your emotions. Saccharin, all-around painkiller that dissolves in water. Somnolian night, soothing pills for a good night's rest against occasional sleep problems and for accurate application when suffering from insomnia. Company. The CEO of Watergate Pharmaceuticals, Inc. is Bruno Watergate, grandson of the founder Edgar Watergate. Apart from working in the family business, Mr. Watergate is also a founder of Central Pharmacy Congress and head of the charity foundation Children of Parages. Dr. Alice Watergate is the partner of the firm with her husband Bruno, holds a PhD in biology and chemistry. She leads the research and development laboratories at Watergate Pharmaceuticals, Junior COO. Carrying the family tradition to the next generation, Alice and Bruno's daughter Cassandra will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year-long strong legacy. Now I see keeping it a family affair. Junior CEO. Guess that way everything stays in the family. Being an artist and a junior CEO seems quite odd. She also mentioned that she quit a dull job, didn't she? Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The radar will notify you when this happens. The National Beholder just published a new article. You may want to take a look and see if there's any new information available. We are urgently looking for a chief operating officer to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. Or maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. We assess many years of work experience in a leading management position, preferably in the pharmacy industry, deep knowledge of pharmacy market, master degrees in business economics or similar, language proficient in English, French, and Chinese desirable, a traditional oriented character with a mindset that is nevertheless open for new challenges, a competitive and motivated spirit. We offer an ambitious and challenging role with high responsibilities at one of the most renowned pharmaceutical companies in the country. A safe job in one of the most stable and promising industries, a competitive salary, a dynamic team, and with a friendly and cooperative atmosphere. Research and further. Okay, that's not important. history has presented latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before has been seen a violent safety bill. Safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. This doesn't seem very freedom-like what we're doing. Central to the safety bill is simplified, speed-up process of taking investigation measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as provisions of an increased budget for the safety-related expenses. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning charges. So nothing to grab out of here, but safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into the transitioning through the nation. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Well, that's like a general law in general. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2011, the total number of acts of criminal and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. So that's not important. Maybe this is? Nope. Nope, I don't get what's important about this at all. Maybe it was supposed to be this. I think this is a joke, and that's why I'm not putting it in. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully Cassandra Watergate is either really freaking guilty, or we don't put her away as an innocent person for life. This has been Orwell, and this has been Gingerbread Days, and I hope you liked it. And happy 4th of July, even though it's going to be the 5th on YouTube. Shit.